Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are jumping right into something that's completely changing how we travel: artificial intelligence. We're not just talking about booking a flight online. No, this is way bigger. It's about making your entire journey smarter, smoother, and honestly, just more you. So let's get into how this digital co-pilot is giving all our adventures a major upgrade.
You know that feeling? You walk into a hotel room and it's like they've been reading your mind. The temperature is just right. They've already suggested a restaurant that's totally your vibe. That's not a lucky guess. That's AI working its magic behind the scenes, and it's fast becoming the new baseline for what makes a trip great.
But here's the catch. Here's the big paradox so many companies are stuck in. They have access to these unbelievably powerful AI tools, but they don't have a strategy. They don't have a plan. It's like being handed a Formula One engine, but you don't have a car to put it in. So you get these random, scattered projects that never really get off the starting line.
And that leads us to this huge problem, what you could call the AI implementation gap. It's this massive canyon between what AI could do for the travel industry and the messy, disconnected way it's actually being used.
This quote just nails it. The real winners in this new age won't be the companies that just jump on the bandwagon first. Nope. The real competitive advantage goes to the ones who figure out how to weave AI into their business from the ground up, systematically and strategically. It's about being smart, not just fast.
So how do you actually do that? How do you cross that gap? Well, you need a blueprint. And thankfully, strategist John Winsor has laid one out. It's a clear roadmap that helps companies go from just messing around with AI to making it a core part of their success.
Now, the heart of this blueprint is this brilliant two-part engine. On one side, you've got communities of practice. Think of this as the company's playground. It's where anyone in any department can experiment, run hackathons, share cool prompts. It's where all the bottom-up creativity happens. But then, on the other side, you have the center of excellence. These are the guardrails. This is a central team that makes sure all that creative energy is pointed in the right direction, setting standards and aligning everything with the big picture company goals. You get freedom and focus. It's a perfect balance.
And look, this isn't just some big abstract theory. The whole framework is broken down into a super practical, 5-step journey that pretty much any organization can follow to get this right.
It all starts with assess. You gotta know where you're starting from. What are people already doing? Then you learn, building a culture where everyone is sharing what they find. That leads you to experiment, running small, safe-to-fail pilot programs. When you find something that really works, you build it into your systems for real. And finally, you scale it, rolling it out across the entire company. The key is that this is a loop, right? It's something you do over and over, not just a one-time project.
Let's just zoom in on that first step, assess. This isn't just some quick review. It's about actively hunting for what Winsor calls secret cyborgs, and I love that term. It means finding the employees who are already using AI tools on their own to get their jobs done. It means doing a serious audit of your data. And then you have to set real, measurable goals. Not just, let's improve check-in, but let's use AI to cut guest check-in times in half. That's a real target.
Okay, so that's the strategic blueprint. Enough theory. What does this actually look like in the real world for you and me? Let's talk about the incredible transformations that are happening right now. You're about to see how that strategic, systematic approach is the engine behind all this cool stuff.
Take a look at this number, $1.46 billion. That's what the AI hospitality market is expected to be worth by 2029. This is not some tiny niche trend, folks. This is a massive, industry-wide shift, and it is growing explosively. Why? Because it actually works.
And AI is touching literally every single part of the travel experience. In guest services, you've got virtual helpers like Hilton's Connie robot. For the bottom line, airlines like Delta are using AI for dynamic ticket pricing. Behind the scenes, Lufthansa can predict maintenance issues before they even happen. And in daily operations, hotel chains like Accor are using AI to slash food waste. It's everywhere.
So why is everybody jumping in? Well, making things run smoother and boosting productivity is the biggest piece of the pie, for sure. But look at what's right behind it, making more money, and, this is key, creating way better experiences for customers. It's about building a healthier, stronger, more sustainable business from every possible angle.
Let's dig into one of those behind-the-scenes innovations: predictive maintenance. I know, it sounds super technical, but the idea is actually really simple. Imagine an AI sifting through torrents of data from thousands of sensors on an airplane. It's looking for tiny, almost invisible patterns that signal a part might fail. Not tomorrow, but maybe weeks from now.
And here's the proof that it works. Lufthansa's Aviatar platform does exactly that. And by catching these problems early, they've cut down on those sudden, flight-delaying surprise maintenance issues by a whopping 20%.
So what does a 20% reduction actually mean? It boils down to this number, 35. That's 35 extra hours that an aircraft is available to fly, per plane, every single year. Now multiply that across an entire fleet of hundreds of airplanes. You're talking about a staggering increase in efficiency and reliability. It's huge.
And the magic is not just happening on the tarmac. It's happening to you, the guest. Virgin Hotels is using AI to hyper-personalize your stay down to the last detail. Universal Orlando is using your face as your ticket to get into the park. And we're seeing smart rooms where the AI adjusts the lights, the temperature, even how firm your mattress is, all based on what it knows you like.
And the payoff for the companies that get on board early? It's transformative. Just look at Accor Hotels. They're seeing operational costs drop by 30 to 40%. They're boosting their food and beverage margins by 6%, and they're cutting food waste by almost 40%. These aren't tiny little tweaks. These are absolute game changers for their business.
Now, anytime we talk about AI and automation this much, there's always that elephant in the room, right? The big question, what does this mean for people's jobs? And that brings us to our final and honestly most important point.
The goal here is not replacement, it's augmentation. AI is absolutely brilliant at handling the boring, repetitive stuff. Counting inventory, processing payments, answering the same 5 questions over and over. And that frees up the human staff to do what humans are amazing at. Being creative, solving complex problems, and providing real empathetic service. It empowers them to focus on the human connection, which is the one thing that can make a trip truly unforgettable.
So in the end, the best way to think about AI is not as the new pilot that's kicking humans out of the cockpit. It's the indispensable co-pilot. It's handling the complex systems, feeding the pilot critical data, and letting the human focus on what matters most, flying the plane. The technology is here, it's powerful, and the only question left for all of us is, are you ready to fly?